see how the stream looks. While that's going on, I'm gonna kind of share this real quick. Post that up. Post that up. And I think it's looking pretty smooth. So I think that did the trick. Am I at 60 frames right now? Yeah, I'm at 60 frames. Okay, so what are we doing tonight, right? Well, on the whole, what I got going on right now, I wanted to try to see if I could change some of the streaming settings I have right now to get a smoother frame rate, I guess, as well as keep a 1080p output. Because right now, at least, I have OBS set for 60 frames per second. I added about a medium quality encoding setting on it, which seemed to have a lot of skipped frames and such. So let's actually go to... Let's go to 1080p. Let's see here. I just have a preview window up right now, just sort of checking it out, seeing what's going on. And it looks like it's pretty decent, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I think we did pretty good there. So yeah, I mean, this isn't anything super crazy in terms of a stream. It's just more or less me, again, dinking around with the XP machine, trying to get a better stream setup going. I think I might change some of the microphone settings as well, because I know there's a lot of room noise right now, especially from the XP machine. There's a number of fans I'm running right now. And again, I'll probably show that off later on, hence why, or probably later on like in a different stream, hence why I moved the mic a little bit closer. It honestly could probably be even closer than this, like probably really bring it in. That way I can get a lot of my sound here, and I have to readjust the arm because it's giving me a lot of resistance. Oh, but anywho, so yeah, looks like right now, on the whole, it's looking pretty smooth on preview window. Excuse me, on the preview window. It's looking pretty smooth on the stream I got going on there. I'm not seeing the stutter I was previously. Let's see if I can increase the bit rate a little bit. So I was thinking about 4,000. That seemed to be a pretty decent setup. Try up to 5,000, see what happens there. Let's see here. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, I don't think. I mean, again, there's some other windowing things I can take care of in terms of how I'm orienting some of these frames right now, but it doesn't look too bad. The CPU is at about 81% utilization. The bit rate's holding pretty steady right now with my internet connection. Don't have any drop frames on my end. Again, that's what I was reading up on, was OBS would have some issues with... actually, let me lower this down because it was a little too high last night too. Let's try that. But yeah, OBS apparently has issues with encoding when there's high utilization of the CPU. So, like, I wasn't maxing out the CPU even. Still, I was getting a lot of encoding errors. Well, not encoding errors, but missing video data going up to YouTube when streaming. So it looks like this has done pretty well for a test stream real quick. So cool. Looks like we got that nailed away. Nailed away, whatever. Some sort of phrase, right? There was a game I was going to try out. If I can remember what it was. I was going to try... Oh, I know what it was. It's in this bag. Mic. Let me just bump the mic with my head. And screw up my levels and everything, too, while I'm at it. So I'm going to adjust this real quick. resistance there. The mic is closer. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, test, test. We'll see how that does. Yeah. I don't have a headphones right now to monitor it, so I'm sort of guessing based on meters. Let's see here. So this is the tablet we're going to try installing right now. It's called Darkstar 1. I guess it came out on the 360 at some point as well. But it is a sort of a space sim game, I guess, with some combat. It's on a DVD-ROM. Looking for at least an Intel 2 gigahertz, recommended 126. I got a Celeron 28. The video card should be more than enough. It's recommending a Radeon X800 with 256 megabytes of video memory. We're rocking a 9800 with 256, so I think we'll be more than sufficient for that. So this is probably once the it's got big old scratch in it. We'll see if this even runs. Dang, this might be a very quick video for this game. If that scratch is bad enough. There's no CD key either, so I can't try to use Steam to see if I can activate the key somehow. Yeah, well, that reads. Well, maybe it'll be okay. We'll see. Maybe the CD will read. It looked like it wasn't like a deep scratch, but like a big old scuff on the bottom of it. We'll see if it installs, though. I mean, if it installs, then cool, man, and hey, sweet. But I'm thinking this game, with the system requirements, should be about where I expect this XP machine to be at the end of the day. I have another chip coming in from my brother. It's like a 3.4 gigahertz Pentium 4. It was a core they used before the Extreme Edition cores. I forget if that was Haskell or something like that. I can't quite remember what the core name was. But it's got I think it has 512 kilobytes of level 2 cache, I think. I have to look up the chip again, but it's a pretty common chip for this socket. The 487 socket, I think it is. It had a lot of Pentium 4 chips, Celeron chips, things like that. But yeah, system requirements minimum is a Pentium 4 at 2 gigahertz or an Athlon XP at 2000 plus with 512 mega RAM. Recommended is going to be a 2.6 Pentium 4 or an Athlon XP 2600 plus with 1 gig of RAM, which this thing's got 2 gigs of DDR RAM. Processor, I think, should be able to keep up. And yeah, minimum video cards, looking for GeForce FX 5200, 128 megabytes of video RAM, or Radeon 9000 with the same amount. Recommended is GeForce 6600 or Radeon X800 at 256 megabytes of video RAM. So I think we're good on that. I think we have the specs to run this game. And if it's a really cool space sim game, something to where a joystick would be appropriate, then I might be able to bust out my Extreme 3D Pro joystick and maybe do some dinking around with that a little bit. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, this was one of the higher end games that I wanted to install. This is one of the ones I picked up from Classic Game Fest a couple weekends ago now. Again, $1 for this game. I'm sure people can buy or find cracked versions of these games and such online, but it feels kind of good having a disc, I guess. Nostalgia, I suppose, now. Having physical media. That works, I suppose. Whatevs. I can say I was pretty happy with the audio levels on the XP machine overall. I did a stream last night, and I was reviewing some of the footage, just sort of how the sound was and everything, and levels seemed good. There's a lot of room noise, though, so I might have to have the mic go quiet when there isn't a particular volume maybe. And hopefully then it'll pick up more of just me talking, less of the room noise, to let there be some quiet. Besides that, maybe find some noise dampening for the towers, because I have my Windows 7 tower, which is the actual stream box now, and then the XP machine, which has a bunch of fans blowing in it just because that socket is nuts. Not seeing a lot of movement on the disc. I wonder if we are getting to that scuff. There we go, we got some indicator lights going. I wonder if this doesn't install, if it'll air up or anything. I don't know. I mean, either way, after this is if this finishes or if this fails, I can at least give some quick footage of what the disc looks like. It's not pretty looking though. It's, yeah. I actually hadn't had a chance to look at the disc. Again, buying it for $1. This is what you get, I suppose. Maybe the drive will be good enough to read the disc, hopefully. Maybe. No, I don't know. Hoping. That'd be a reason why I was in some sort of junk bin at the festival. Let's see here. Apparently there are a number of integrated graphics chips that will not run this game. That includes the SIS chips in general. So there's not any kind of OpenGL support with those, and I think they only support up to like DirectX 8 or something like that. They're not very powerful graphics chips at all. A bunch of GeForce cards. Yeah, it's like GeForce 4 cards, the Radeon Express series, a bunch of Intel integrated graphics, some of the VIA integrated graphics, and the SIS integrated graphics do not run this game. That's not super surprising. Ignore? Can I ignore that? Will it still run? I don't know. I mean, I can try. I can see if I can polish that spot maybe on the disc. I mean, that might have been the only problem area, maybe. Possibly. I'm not sure if how required of a file, if that file was required though. I mean, it's hard telling. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like overall the footage is going much smoother at least. I tried also enabling a wider range of colors for the VGA footage. I'm hoping that helps a little bit. Yeah, just trying to improve some of the stream stuff overall, especially with using a widescreen resolution for the VGA source. I haven't done much with capture on other desktops, so that's sort of new to me. But yeah. I highly doubt this game's going to run as is because of that missing file. I mean, we'll try it, but do we have more updates? It's Windows XP. Of course we have more updates. Of Core Services Service Pack 2. Sure. Run it. Yeah, there's no CD key or anything to this game. Apparently they were not too concerned about that. And with a random check to the floppy disk drive for whatever reason. Cool. I did also get a... Well, actually, I got a package in from Sam, my brother, one of my brothers, today, which included this cool ArenaNet jersey. Yay, Guild Wars 2 World Championship 2016. It's got my nickname on the back, Doc. Boom. Include a number of Xbox 360 games. A working Xbox 360 might had some issues previously, so it's good to have a working console again, as well as let's see, what was it? It was a Mac game. It's do I have the box? I should have it somewhere around here, but I don't feel like it's over there. I'll pick it up here real quick. Yes, it's called Troubled Souls, Gothic arcade game for the mind. Boop. It's some sort of big box casual puzzle game with quote-unquote Gothic themes for some really early Mac OS machines. Like we're talking System 7.5. I'm sorry, minimum System 6.0.7. So, yeah, that's a lot of old support. I might be able to run that on my Mac, though it's running floppies right now. So I'm like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to run it. Or at least, I'll have to get very creative how to install the game on my system and then evaluate if I can actually even run the thing. It's so old. My Mac, it's a PowerPC G4 Mac, and that claims to have PowerPC support, though it's like old PowerPC. But it dual boots into OS X 10.5 as well as OS 9. I think it's OS 9.2.2. So I have some flavor of the system OS for Mac, just I don't know. Maybe it may not run. It's so old. We'll see. Okay. Now let's see if Darkstar 1 actually plays. If this plays, I'll be very surprised. Oh, it's booting up. I'll have to readjust the resolution also, because I know it's at a... So it screwed up the capture quite a bit. Unexpected error occurred. I'm assuming it's looking for that file it couldn't install previously. Specified resource not found. Okay. Okay. So stack trace there. Yeah, so I think it's that. That 3D object.inf. Okay, well, let's try to get a little creative here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's got some errors, Andy. Um, Here, I can show you the disk real quick. You get kind of an idea why I think the error occurred, and it's not going to look pretty. See if I can show this on the camera. Kind of. I don't know if you can see along the bottom here, but there's a big old scuff right there. Yeah, there's actually a couple of them. Kind of get a view of that. So there are some scuffs on this disc. There are some pretty serious scuffs. I'm assuming that is what is causing that issue. So what we're going to try to do, we're going to get a little creative, because I was looking at the stack trace here just from the report, which is a nice report, by the way. I mean, that was actually kind of cool when it aired up. Let's see. But not surprising, the game couldn't find a resource because it's like, I can't take this off the disk. And I said, ignore it, continue the installation. And sure enough, the error occurred. However, what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to see if I can download this patch. It may or may not actually have the file included to be patched. It's a completely random guess. I mean, there's no reason to think this would have it. If not, ooh, we got some, we're getting some drop frames there or something. Come on, bitrate, don't crap out on me now. We'll lower it down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Lower it down to 4,800. There we go. I think that's happy. But what we're going to try to do is, I'm going to see if I can get a patch to hopefully replace the file. Otherwise, I can try buffing the disk to get the file off of it. Man, I don't know what happened to this thing. I mean, it looks like it's got some scuffs. I don't know, man. I mean, I can also try to see if there's another download for this game. I can just try to grab real quick, I guess. I mean, I know the file I skipped. I can probably scrub through the stream to get the exact name, but it's not super crazy. Sure, Alamo. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just testing out some more of the stream settings with the XP machine. In particular, trying to adjust to have 1080p output with 60 frames. To not have this result like I did last night, which was very choppy, to say the least. So I think we got there now. I mean, it's looking pretty good. And I'm just dinking around. It's late. It's about 3:44 my time. I know it's much later your time. But yeah. Then eventually get to bed here and get up again to go to work. Nah. I might need to improve the mic placement though, because this is going pretty far away from my desk. And I'm still getting a lot of room noise because of that. And it's not strong of an input for my voice. Like, you know, if I got much closer, as you can hear, it's a much stronger source. But that arm moves away ever so slowly. Yeah. Something like that. I was also trying to get some better clarity on that text for the stream. Let me actually maximize that. Actually, I can't because I'm using it for the chat right now. But I noticed, at least when I was reviewing the stream from last night. Alright. I can talk to myself. That's cool. I got this. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Yeah. Let me close that. There we go. Let's see if that funky business helped. Maybe it just happened to copy that file over that I needed. Put this back in. Yeah, probably should. Of course, I'm also hoping it's not trying to play something live off the disc. That would kind of suck. I did. See, there it is. Yeah. Is it not going to read the DVD now? What? Cancel. You kidding me? The disc is literally right there. You just booted off the disc. What? That's crazy. Dude, you're talking crazy right now. What? I tell you, dude, some of these. Well, dang. Huh. Is that a fact? Good old DRM, yo. Jeez. Okay, so we want to... The EXE is what I'm looking for here. Probably Darkstar 1, EXE. Let's see if I can just overlay this. It should be the version I want. Hopefully I get everything I want. Open. Star 1. See if it runs. Same exception. All right. Okay, so let me go out to the garage real quick. I'll be right back. Leave a message for Homey. Alright, I'll be back. So, pretty much what we got going on. We got a scuff on this disk that prevented a file from being copied over. So what I'm going to attempt to do here is I'm going to attempt to buff out the scuff and run the install again. Hopefully I can copy the file off the disk. Maybe we can install this thing in one piece. Or I'll ruin the disk. One or the other. I got some cloths I usually use for this. They're saxophone, well, they're usually used for like polishing brass instruments, but they work pretty well for this kind of work. So first we gotta check up using this Novus solution stuff. There's a 3-stage process. One's just to kind of clean the surface. The other stuff is to actually buff out plastic, which in this case is exactly what we're going to be doing shortly here. So at least remove any dirt and such off of this. And leave just what needs to be buffed out, which are a few lines. Yeah. So now we apply our paste and we go to town a little bit. Unless it's clogged, then we gotta unclog it. Alright. 1 second. Let me get a pen. I got a pen right here. I've got the actual solution nozzle unclogged, so let's go ahead and do that now, and then we can get to work. And that should do it. Close it up, give it a little bit of a shake. Maybe it didn't do the trick. Okay, let's see what's all clogged up in here. Okay, this thing's pretty well clogged. No doubt. So first of all, we open that up. Second of all, get this all stir. Shake it up. There we go, much better. Like new. Thought I was going to lose it for a second there. That would have been messy. Now we polish. Hopefully polish this enough to be able to read off the disc. That's the goal anyway. Quality streaming of me polishing a disc. Yeah, baby, you know it. Now, of course, I risk making this a little worse too, but you know, I'm gonna give it a try. I don't need it to be perfect, just good enough. That's sort of the goal here. I can't get this scuff to be good enough to read. The scuff was a lot better. I'm trying to minimize what I'm actually doing to this disc to increase my chance of a successful install. That's the theory, anyway. Let's give it another go, shall we? Let's see if it reads first. Still reads. Uninstall, please. Oh, apparently I disconnected off of OBS at some point. Huh. Fun. Cool. Now exit. Install. Let's see if it works this time. 2 hops this time. I just need to be enough to get past that scuff. If we get past that scuff, we're solid. I think. I hope. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to find like a specific file for that one that's missing. But we'll see. Looks like you have multiple kinds of races in this too, which is pretty cool. A vast universe of over 300 solar systems. That's quite a bit. So for 300 solar systems, you have 6 diverse races. Okay. Looks like you have maybe a picture of the races right there on that cover. Right there-ish. Just like that. I just need this to be enough to install. I don't need anything fancy. Yeah, it looks like it's like a 3D textures file, which would make sense. It's probably accessing that for particular textures and then scooping up. Did we get past it? I don't know if we did or not yet. Bunch of XML files. Yeah, I think we did. Oh, cool. Hey, man, we buffed it out. All right. As long as the game runs, of course. And also, as long as I didn't introduce other scratches to prevent other things from being cleaned up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because like the scuff is still there, but I just wanted to reduce it enough. Apparently, I may have reduced it enough. I mean, it's copying over the rest of the files. Awesome. That's a big win right there. Once again, like these games that have had issues when I picked them up. Yeah, a couple of the games had. I think here, they had discs missing. You know, I just ended up burning discs to replace the missing discs. That was for Baldur's Gate 2 and for Alice. Madden 99 is just trashed. The main game, the main game itself, it's got a crack in the CD, so that's gone. And then this one had a big old scuff in it, but which the scuff looked like it may have been something even where it was left in a drive and it was moved around or something. I don't know, but I think we got it. I think we got it, and we're gonna be solid, dude. As long as we don't get stuck on these indoor things, which it looks like we're moving along. There are movies, it looks like. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. If we got that fixed, Joe, that'd be so cool. Man. Pat myself on the back a little bit. I deserve a little bit of that, I guess. I mean, it wasn't much of a job. It was just polishing the disc, but still. I mean, I think that's worth something, man. I think we did all right. So I'm assuming it extracts a file, then it performs a checksum to make sure to copy it over properly. That's what was failing previously. Probably because it wasn't actually able to copy the file over completely. It just wasn't able to read it off the disk. Yeah, got the manuals on there, some background images. Just give me a CPR file, come on. Give me all of them. Come on, we're almost there. Give me a successful install. Come on, baby. Let's go, boys! Let's go. All right. Now let's see if it plays. That's step 2. We got it installed. Now let's see if it plays. hasn't crashed yet. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We did it. We got that installed going, yo. As long as the rest of it loads. Yeah, I think that's a cursor. Cursor does move. We just be loading the game, I guess. And then loading the game some more. Alright. Options. Let's change our graphics. Full screen on. I'm thinking we can handle whatever you got to throw at us. I'm thinking. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, let's restart it. And so in theory, if we restart this, we should have full screen. And, well, full screen also, it actually, yep, fills up the capture. We'll see if we can do 1080p with this. Maybe. On full, maybe. This might push the system a little hard. This works though, baby. Be like, let's go! Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, once again, that is the Novice plastic polishing kit. It comes with a cleaner, a fine scratch remover here, which is like kind of a level 2 granularity for, because I mean it's just like a paste with grains in it, and you rub it around to polish up plastic, which a lot of times introduces more scratches like on the CD, but they weren't deep enough to do anything. And then for the heavy stuff, you got the level 3 heavy scratch. But again, we just use level 2 on this to get enough of the scuff out of it to read the files, and that might be a little much for this system. And you see it's kind of, which actually I wonder, let's get a look at our performance. CPU's not bad-ish. I guess, yeah, maybe it's our GPU is getting overworked. That might be the case. That might be too rough on the GPU. Let's go to options. Let's go to a medium. Alright. I mean, imagine that there's limitations on this system. Memory's fine. I mean, we had some, I mean, maybe CPU's getting hit pretty hard. I wonder if I get like a version of GPU-Z, what I really want to get is a performance monitor. That's really what I want to get on this. I may have to look into that just to get an idea of what's bottlenecking here. My guess, maybe the CPU. I don't have a good feel though for what the Radeon 9000 Pro's limits are. So, I mean, I could be hitting a bottleneck with a GPU. It's very possible. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of stutter in the stream again. Yeah. Really interesting. My bit rate's going down the toilet too. That's part of it. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if that fixes some of the... Whoa, what happened here? Holy crap. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and restart that. What? Yo. Okay, yeah, CPU's getting hammered. Definitely, CPU's getting hammered. Dang, dude. You see what happened to the graphics there? Dang. Kind of changing encoding on this a little bit more, too, to help compensate out a little bit. It's very fast. Alright, I think that should also help streaming and be a little bit smoother, too. Yeah, I think that's going to be appropriate. Okay. Dang. Well, let's look into this a little bit. See if there's any outstanding issues with the Radeon 9800 Pro on this. Because that was looking pretty bad. Well, I made some minimum requirements. I don't know what I need to log in for something with that. Okay. Is that what's up? I mean, you saw what that was looking like. That was looking messed up. Let's see if it does it again. I mean, could there be like a lower graphics setting that's just destroying that? I don't know. Because I was rendering on high. Consider turning down video settings or turning up faster reset. Yeah, I guess so. Apparently whenever I'm feeding this thing, it's just... Dang. So it's super fast. Let's see if that helps. Ish. It's kind of crazy though, where it's how much impact the output from this is. Stuttering up my stream. Again, I turned anti-aliasing off. I'm hoping that would do the trick. Yeah, not as choppy. Well, that's good. So while you were gone, quick updates. I went ahead and used plastic polish to polish the CD. And I'll move around a little bit. Do a little bit of a spin. Like, at least I'm looking at my feed, it looks like it's a little choppy. Yeah, it's a little choppy still. There might be some other settings I can adjust. It's not near as choppy as last time, though. But yeah, for this game, I ended up using some plastic polish to polish the scuff on the disc to actually allow me to install the game, which is pretty cool, I think. Now we'll see if the game actually runs still, and if because this will hammer my video card. This should give me some challenges. I'm also running this at 1080p, so in the for what it's worth category. And no worries, the stutter on the game footage is happening in real time too, so that's not. These are pre-rendered movies though, what the heck? It's gotta be the CPU at this point, dude. That Celeron, I'm pushing it. It's gotta be the Celeron at this point, dude. It's gotta be. But anyway, yeah, so it's kind of cool that we're able to get the disk actually install the necessary files and we could run the game. I think that's pretty darn neat. Again, part of it too, I'm running this at a high resolution for this system, so I mean, I'm sure that's not helping anybody. So we accidentally closed the portal, possibly saved something. Yeah, this system's getting worked, yo. I want to see what the game looks like too. That's not looking bad. That's taking a minute. Yeah, it's like that video rendering. Yeah, the rendering it's doing, it's like. Yeah, I got a whole screen here, buddy. There you go. It's like it's not refreshing the screen when it's rendering the pre-rendered movies. Interesting. This computer is not keeping up with this game well. This would be a good benchmark, though, for when the processor Sam picked up comes in. So we're getting some first-hand look at how Dark Star 1 runs on this.
See that shit that just came in? Man, what a machine. I wish someday I could. Yes, it's always. You sent for it, you sent for it, you sent for it, you sent for it.
It's and one.
You sent for it, you sent for it, you sent for it.
You sent for me, you sent for me, you sent for me.
Yes, of course, I did. Symbol Security says it congratulates you on completing your training. You have shown extraordinary talent, and you now have the privilege of calling yourself an escort pilot with pride. As in so. Your father will have you here. Me too, believe me.
I'm sure this looks very dramatic when I can see the whole cinematic.
First model of the new Dark Star, a technically advanced long-range fighter.
That was the shit.
It's the best ship in the whole sector. The Dark Star has an intelligent upgrade system which can integrate equipment from any technological basin. Besides that, you're literally able to expand your ship when you have enough experience. Mounts, improved hull, stronger engines, everything will be upgraded. however you like.
Amazing.
Your father wanted you to have the ship when you finish your training. I've had you released from all other assignments, so use the time.
It's kind of interesting too, is the way the character looks in the cinematic here. Looks really young, right? Look how grizzled he looks in this. I don't know if you get a good. Nah, I probably do a little refocus here.
Hey, would you know how
Look
it
how
works?
grizzled he
And
looks.
don't stretch the paint, do you hear?
Looks much older than in the cinematic there. Trying to sell the adult antagonist, I suppose, as opposed to Boy Wonder who wants to check out this place. Okay. Well, I'm not going to check out much of this game tonight because it's pretty late. I just want to see if I can get it installed. Apparently I can. There's a whole thing to this game, yo. What? Okay, yeah, we have to use a joystick for this and everything. Like, we need to do this proper when we do this. Okay, that's how you... Try to find our main menu here. Lots of toggles for the HUD. Q, menu, enemies, friends, neutral, got listed. Dude, this is like a whole space sim, yo. Okay. Man, how's my encoder still overloaded? Whatever, encoder. Let's see here. So, M's mission, emails, goodies, upgrade. I mean, I don't want to control alt delete out of this thing, but whoa, whoa. That's a mouse. I have no idea how to get out of this game. Oh, there we go. Now escape's working. It's gonna quit. Turn the windows. That looks pretty freaking sweet, though, dude. I mean, I'll have to hook up my joystick for that. But let's look at. So that's GPUs. Does it have anything about CPUs? This is all GPUs. See if it has at least CPU requirements, not just GPU. I mean, you can see my utilization though right here. Like that GPU is getting slammed, or CPU is getting slammed. Probably even with Chrome open, it's not helping it either. Test my PC. Let's see. Modern. So. I think it's a Celeron. 2.8 gigahertz. Graphics, ATI or AMD. I got the 9000 series. Ah. Device.
You're not my dick, Colonel. You scrubbed up. You smeared
9800 Pro, not the XT, the Pro.
Know how bad that's gonna gunk me up. The new Scotch Brite scrub dots?
See,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, it's like even Chrome is just wailing on this chip, dude. It's, yeah. Oh, this is for a different game altogether, though. We're running 2 gigs. Check specs, yo. Wrong game, but whatever. Yeah, we'll need that Celeron upgraded. Hopefully the Pentium 4 will be enough. Okay. High, even high settings. You can't run with that CPU is done, Chris. That's what it's saying. Alright. Now once I close Chrome. So once I close Chrome. Look at that CPU usage just drop. Dang. Yeah, I'm hoping that I realize how much the Celeron sucks, man, until now. Dang. We had Darkstar 1 running on this? Yeah, that's probably going to be about as beefy as this system can go. In all honesty. I mean, we also got Steam. Oh, I installed some games last night, such as Library. I think I installed Half-Life 2. See how Half-Life 2 runs on this. This would be a time where I am going to be missing the AMD chips quite a bit. Because then I would have like multi-core, 64-bit chips, things like that. Something that I can have like a much bigger powerhouse of a system, you know. Especially at 1080p. Which that made me very thankful for having a 939 socket when I did for my main rig way back. So that worked pretty darn well. That ran some games, yo. Options, video. Let's apply that. That's the remix. I couldn't tell you, I guess. Perhaps it's just a habit I've picked up over time. There's a VR mode in this? Really? Huh. I didn't know Half-Life 2 had a VR mode. That's pretty cool. I mean, there are other video settings I have here. It's probably pretty medium. Okay, well, that's not bad. Oh. That's like a little bit to get out of that menu, though. It's not looking terrible. Let's see how it runs, I guess. Well, I guess too, I'm getting a little excited with at least getting Darkstar 1 running. So I wasn't sure if that was going to run or not with the disc the way it was. Yeah, it might be a not crazy utilized VR mode. It might have been from some update at some point. I don't know. I might have to try that out on my main rig, though. I got the Rift. Why not? Mouse look would probably look really rough on it, though.
Rise and shine.
I don't know if you've used much VR or do many VR things at all, Andy, but especially with like mouse look, you get a lot of motion sickness going on, and that gets a little blah. But let's see here. I'm gonna try one more. I'll try one more change on the stream to see if I can smooth it out.
Well, let's just say your hour has come again.
Ultra fast.
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr.
Ultra fast. I don't think made a huge difference in the stream.
Smell the ashes.
I'd probably have to just reduce the frame rate. Yeah, but there. So I played like Doom. They've had like a Doom WAD loader for that supports the Rift and a couple other shooters. What seems to happen is when you have a lot of quick mouse movement, instead of having a more motivated movement with the headset, it's very easy to get motion sickness. And I mean, I felt myself get very flushed in the face and such when it happens. I mean, this runs, man. Half-Life 2 runs on this system, even with the Celeron processor. But that's what I'd be afraid of with doing Half-Life 2 is it's probably going to be probably going to have you've been using mouse look and it's going to be kind of rough. Fine. Oh, trying to get through. It is pushing me around. Cool. Half-Life 2 runs pretty well. Nice. Which, again, yeah, so you see our CPU again, it's pretty highly utilized. That's got to be the bottleneck on the system. I'm sure once the P4 comes in, we might be able to push the system a little bit harder. Maybe try to max out the GPU. Let me see if I can get... Before we go, let me see if I get something to monitor GPU performance. I mean, maybe I can just try using GPU Z. I guess so. Let's see if this version will run on XP. I think it will. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. I don't know. Okay, GPU Z. That's her graphics card. No OpenCL or CUDA. Physics or direct compute. Sensors. I think that's load. So say I run Half-Life 2 again real quick. Let's see if I'll just record the highest measurement. Again, I'm assuming that we're not going to be peaking on the graphics card right now because of the CPU. I have to check why the tower keeps on randomly checking the floppy disk too. That's a little weird. Little odd. So we're gonna go through this again. I mean, at this point, probably good to even get some benchmarking on this. I want to identify what bottlenecks are on the system, what limits are on the system, and kind of get some sort of measurement on improvements when we upgrade. Like, I could probably put another gig of RAM in the tower. I wouldn't want to go much farther than 3 gigs on the XP system just because it doesn't utilize the RAM very well after that.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman.
Rise and shine.
Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until, well,
games that are using more than that, typically you can throw it on Windows 7 and you'll be fine. Which that's kind of the boundary I'm trying to find of what games aren't really going to require XP as a platform to run, and I can start on my Windows 7 machine and be done with it. I'm hoping there's a good limit for that with this socket. Okay, let's quit. Don't save. Well, looks like we're hitting some peaks there with the GPU, so maybe we are maxing some stuff out here. Okay. Cool. Good to know. But we can see there we had some, we were peaking on this card, man. Absolutely. So, I don't know. Maybe again, Darkstar 1 might be the game to max this system out on. That's our current benchmark. I have Crysis 1 and 2, or not Crysis, Far Cry 1 and 2. I don't think I own Crysis at all, actually. No, I don't. So I could try Far Cry 1, maybe Far Cry 2, though that might be pushing the system a little bit hard too. So I don't have a multi-core GPU, man. That's a bummer. But, anyway, we'll see what differences we get with the Pentium 4. I'm going to call it a night here, get to bed, get a couple hours of sleep, I guess, and we'll get to work tomorrow. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for just hanging out. Again, we're not doing anything crazy, just late night updates. So take her easy, Andy, and if anyone else watches after the fact. And we'll see if we can make some improvements with the stream tomorrow, too. I might have to just drop it to 30 frames and be done with it. And just work on encoding quality from there. So, yep. See you guys.